Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Samar Rajiv, with ID number 2023-3238. Okay, in this video, I will explain you about material related to practical assignment for meeting 11. Okay, in the first slide, I will explain you about dynamic routing and subnetting. This presentation will explore the concept of dynamic routing and subnetting, essential components of network management. We'll delve into the advantage of dynamic routing, the process of subnetting, and the role of subnet mask. We'll also examine two popular routing protocols, AIGRP and OSPF, and discuss the function of router and the use of Cloud PT in Cisco Packet Tracer. What is dynamic routing? Adapting to network change. Definition: dynamic routing is a method where router automatically identify and update router based on network change. This contrasts with static routing, which requires manual configuration. Advantage: dynamic routing offers flexibility, redundancy, and simplified management. Routers adapt to network change, provide alternative paths in case of failures, and reduce administrative burden. Subnetting, optimizing IP address allocation. What the purpose? Subnetting divides a large IP network into smaller subnetworks, increasing efficiency of IP address allocation and reducing broadcast domains. What the process? Subnetting involves determining the number of subnet and hosts needed, calculating the subnet mask, and assigning IP address to the subnets. And this is final configuration from tugas praktikum routing in pertemuan 11. Subnet mask, distinguishing network and host parts. What the function of subnet mask? A subnet mask is a 32-bit value that distinguishes the network and host part of an IP address. Example, for an IP address 192.168.1.10 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. That first three octet represent the network address, and the last octet represent the host address. AIGRP, a hybrid routing protocol. Fast convergence. AIGRP converges quickly after network change, ensuring minimal disruption to data flow. Multiple metrics. AIGRP consider bandwidth, delay, load, and reliability when calculating the best route. Multicast. AIGRP use multicast to send routing update, improving efficiency in managing network traffic. OSPF, a link state routing protocol. Shortest path. OSPF uses the Dijkstra algorithm to find the shortest path to a destination, ensuring efficient data routing. Areas. OSPF organizes network into areas, allowing for the division of large network into smaller, more manageable sections. Key feature: OSPF offers fast convergence scalability, hierarchical structure, and use cost as a metric for route selection. Router connecting and managing network. Connecting network. Router connect different networks such a local network and the internet, enabling communication between them. Choosing the best path. Router analyze destination address and select the optimal route based on information in the routing table. Number 3. Managing traffic. Routers control network traffic between different networks to ensure data reaches its destination efficiently. Cloud PT in Cisco Packet Tracer, simulating external connection. Number 1. Connection point. Cloud PT simulates connection to the internet or external cloud network, linking the local network simulation to a larger network. Number 2. WAN connectivity. Cloud PT can be used to simulate WAN connection through device like router or switch. What is DNS server? A DNS or domain name system server is a system that converts domain names like google.com into IP address that computer can understand, such 172.219.5.110. This allows users to access websites using easily memorable names instead of having to remember numerical IP address. Additionally, the DNS server acts as a phone book for the internet, mapping domain names to IP address when you type a website domain name into your browser. A request is sent to a DNS server to look up the corresponding IP address. The server then returns the IP address, allowing your browser to connect to the correct website server and retrieve the requested content. What is mail server? A mail server is a system that sends, receives, and stores emails. It functions as the central point of communication for email service, ensuring that messages are delivered to the correct recipients and that users can send and receive emails. A mail server typically uses specific protocols to manage email delivery and retrieval, such as number 1, SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol, and number 3, POP3, Post Office Protocol version 3. What is web server and how the process? A web server is a system that stores, processes, and serves web pages to users over the internet. When you type a URL into your browser like www.example.com, the web server is responsible for handling the request and sending the appropriate web page back to the browser, typically in the form of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or other web assets like images and videos. Web server work using the HTTP or its secure version HTTPS to communicate with web browser. Here how the process works. Client requests, a user types a URL into the browser which sends a request to the web server for the specific web page. Web server responds. The web server processes to request, retrieves and requested page from its storage and sends it back to the browser. What is file server? File server is a computer or device on a network that is dedicated to storing and managing files, allowing other devices such as computer or smartphone to access, share, and store data. It provides a centralized location for storing files and make it easy for users to retrieve or save data across the network, typically using protocol like SMB or NFS. Here's how a file server works. Number 1, file storage. The file server stores files like documents, image, videos, etc. in a structured way, often in shared folder or directories. This file can be accessed by user within the network. Number 2, file access. When a user wants to access a file, they send a request to the file server through the network. The server authenticates the request and, if authorized, send the request file to the user device. And number 3, file sharing. Multiple users can access the same file at the same time, depending on permission set on the server. This is especially useful in collaborative environments where multiple people need to work on or view the same document. Okay, this is my presentation about practical excitement for meeting 11, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.